Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. For those of you that are new, I'm a small dealer. I'm basically a car flipper out here in small town USA, Blanchard, Oklahoma. I got a dealer's license, a small little car lot right up the driveway where I sell these cars, and we just get them in here, clean them up, and get them on down the line. We also have side projects that we work on. Every now and then we'll throw out a video of different kind of things that we're working on, different projects, trucks, engines, whatever. But anyway, for now we got Randy Auto Auction Rebuilds 2000 Honda Accord in here. I'm sure a lot of you guys, most of you are subscribed to him already, and you want to keep track of what happens to the cars after he's done with them. He picked this one up at IAA Insurance Auto Auction, and he's got it down here now for me to sell. For you guys that don't know, he's a wholesaler, and wholesalers typically sell to dealers, and then dealers sell to the public. That's kind of the way it goes. So we picked this up from him. It does have a few little things that need to get done to it, and we're going to send it on down the line. One of those things being needs the window regulator replaced. You guys see the tape here, not cool. We're not going to send it out of here like that. Randy did send it down here with a brand new regulator. We're going to go ahead and get that thrown in there. Headlights. These headlights are pretty foggy yellow, and you guys might be asking, well, why don't you just give it the weird beard treatment like you normally do and just restore them? This one is broken. I mean, it's bad. So Randy sent it down here with some headlights. We're going to throw those in as well. And I'm not 100% sure. We may go in and kind of fix stuff like this where the paint's all peeling off. See if we can work a little magic there, make that look better. Same as that. Looks like they probably ran it into the garage a few times. Going in and out, who knows. This is the worst thing about the whole body of the car. It's a shame that that's there because there's really no other dents in the whole car besides that. Is definitely the worst thing about it. Maybe we could do something with that. We'll see. Another thing I was noticing is back here, you see the bumpers come unclipped, and I was noticing, if you look at the other side, hopefully you guys can see that, it's pushed over this way too far. I think if we just got, so you can see a little gap there, big gap there. So we need to kind of just get in there and knock that on over. It shouldn't be too hard. We'll get that done as well. As far as the interior goes, it seems to be pretty decent shape in there. It's not filthy at all. It's actually relatively clean. Got a nice aftermarket Pioneer radio. The seats are in decent shape. They're not all ripped up, anything like that. It does have a little bit of wear, just normal wear on that seat there, and that's the only spot that is like that on the entire interior. So not bad at all. This is a 2000 model, 159,000 miles, so of course it's going to have a normal wear and tear, and that's all this car's got, just normal wear and tear, nothing major at all. So we'll get in there and knock those few things out and get her up for sale. Brand new parts, new headlights. Got the new regulator there. Let's get these parts swapped out. I think I'm gonna do the regulator first and just get it knocked out. All right, so let's get this door panel off here. Pretty easy. You got a screw here, some screws here, clip over here, and probably this will probably pop out. Probably be a screw underneath here too. So very easy. Little clip. All right, so now that we're inside of here, I can get a better look at things. Somebody's obviously already been here. They've already got all the plastic tore off. I'll probably go ahead and pull the speaker out just to give me another access hole to get in there. And we'll start getting this out. It's going to be some screws here. We're going to remove some over here. Get the window down. I believe you'll probably go through one of these holes here to get access the bolt that holds the window to the regulator. Once that's separated, we should be able to get that regulator out of there. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to get all this nasty tape out of here. Maybe. This may require two hands. This stuff is on there. Hey, I figured now that we got it all untaped, maybe we try it out and see what it does. This is the old regulator. Oh, ew. It works. It doesn't work very good. All right, so it goes down. Oh, that's it. All right, yeah, she's definitely bad. But now we can roll it down to where the bolts line up with these holes. I don't know if you can see that. There's a bolt right there. We gotta take those out. Get the window loose from the regulator. Here's another bolt over here. And then we can start taking the regulator itself out. All right, so we got the window out. Let's get all these bolts out. This one, this, these two over here. Like that. All right, so here's our old one. There's the new one, and they look to be the same, so I think we're good to go. Want to match up our plugs, make sure they're the same. There's the new one there, and here is the old one. They seem to be identical, so should be good to go. We'll transfer our bolts over to this new one, and kind of cool the way this design, where you can put the head of the bolt through and just let it set into its spots, and then everything else will kind of line up accordingly. So pretty good deal there. Anyway, real easy. Let's get this new one in. All right, so obviously we can't put the window in until we get all this crap off of it. I'm just gonna use a little glass cleaner and a brand new razor blade. See if we can't scrape some of this off of here. Alright, like I said a minute ago, that stuff is extremely hard to get off there, so we're just going to throw a little heat on it, the heat gun, and see if we can't get it to peel off a little easier. Let's see what that does. Be careful, I don't want to get it too hot. I don't want to mess up the window tint on the other side. But man, this has got to come off of here. That did help it though. All right, that's what it'll look like when we're done. Obviously, we'll just keep working at it. This is nothing more than just that old cheap lacquer thinner I get from O'Reilly's. Like, I think it's like 20 bucks a gallon, something like that. And it works really good. Works on a lot of things. You got to be careful with it. There's some things you don't want to use it on. Some things you don't want to use very much of it on, like plastics, things like that, because it will melt. But on this glass, it'll be fine. All right, so there she is, all nice and cleaned up. Now, obviously, once we get it in, we'll go over it with some glass cleaner and get it all cleaned up, but we'll save that for the detailing process. But hey, no more ugly adhesive. Let's get the window put back in. All right, just like that. All right, now this plug here just goes onto the back of our lock switch, which will go, I believe, like that right there. So easy. I'm gonna go ahead and get this all buttoned up, and then we're gonna move on to something else. All right, so we got all the glue residue from the tape off of this, but it looks terrible. You can see there, it's actually got more tape under the old tape, and it's hardened so bad that I can't even get it off. Let's see if you guys can see that there. Pretty bad. I'm gonna go through here and just kind of sand this down with some wet sandpaper and some water. Just get all that work down nice and smooth, and then we'll go back over with some satin gloss paint and make that look a lot better, and then we're gonna call it good. I've already pulled the rubber weather stripping out so we can run some masking tape in behind there after we get it done. But for now, let's just get sanding on it and see if we can get all that smoothed out. All the tape residue is gone, everything. We got it sanded down nice. Paint should stick really well. All right, so there's our loose mask. Quick, easy, we're not getting super carried away. Went through and wiped everything down with my Sprayway glass cleaner. I love this stuff, it works really good. I use it on all my paint work that I do to clean the surfaces prior to painting. It really does work good, and it's inexpensive. Been using it for years. Use it in the body shop, works really good. Gets those fingerprints and all that kind of stuff off, because you don't want any oily residues or anything like that on the surface, because we all know what'll happen then, right? So anyway, Sprayway glass cleaner. It's cheap, it's inexpensive, it's a really good cleaner. That with some lint-free blue, paper towels, like some Scott towels, things like that. This is all stuff you could pick up down at your local auto store, O'Reilly's, whatever, and works good. So Sprayway, man, check it out. The stuff right here, very good stuff. Awesome. So anyway, it's all clean now. We've got our Krylon here. This is really good paint, actually. Satin black. This is going to look really good on here. I think it's going to change the look of it. Major improvement over what we had. And like always, we just want to kind of lightly dust it on there at first. We don't want to get too carried away right from the beginning. We just want to We just want to get what's known as a tack coat on there. This is something for the next coat to stick to. So this is why you don't put your first coat on super heavy. All right, so our first coat's dried a couple of minutes. The second coat we could hit just a little heavier, but still, we're not getting carried away. All right. When we get done with this coat, we'll have coverage, but you'll still actually be able to kind of see through it. You see there? That's all we want on that second coat. Let's let it dry again, and we'll hit it again. All right, it's time to replace these headlights. Unfortunately, you do have to take the bumper off to make that happen, but these bumpers come off real easy. There's just some clips across the front here, and then there will be a screw attaching it to the fender with a little bumper bracket here that it just clicks into, a few across the bottom, and that should be about it. I mean, it's really that easy. These clips come out real easy. I got a trim tool here, but you can use a screwdriver even. This trim tool works pretty good. You get in there and just kind of work it out. It's two different layers. One pushes into the other one. Once you get them separated, you just pull up like that. Check it out. That's simple as that. All right, that takes care of everything up top. Next, we'll get these two side ones, and then we'll crawl underneath it. Just an 8mm. Just pull it loose. Just like that. I mean, it's just that easy. There'll be a few on the bottom. Sometimes they're screws, sometimes they're clips. All right, so it looks like we got a 10 under here. Right there. There'll be one on the other side in the same spot, and then we got a few clips across here, and that is it. This will come right off. Sometimes these things will fight you. There we go. Okay, so now that that's out of the way, you can see why you have to pull it off. Those of you that don't know, I mean, it's got bolts that are hidden under here. Those two bolts in there. So there's no way to do it with the bumper on. That's all right. I know it seems stupid to have to pull a bumper off to do headlights, but I mean, it's easy. Nothing to it. All right, so let's get a better look at what we got here. Here's our new headlights. DNA motoring. All right. They seem to be okay. I mean, they're packaged up nice, that's for sure. I mean, look at that. That ain't gonna get broke. So let's get them out of here and uh-oh. Alrighty, headlights are in. Everything's working. Cool deal. Alright, so we're gonna get in here, feather back all that stuff that was peeling off. We'll dust a little white paint on it, make it look a little nicer. All right, so this side's actually a little worse than the other side. We could definitely make this look a lot better, I think. Some of it will probably buff off, like I think this will buff off. But we'll definitely get all this feathered back and get a little color on it. All right, so before we put our bumper on, I'm gonna take this opportunity, get in behind here and see if I can't pull some of this dent out. It's got a body line running through it, and it's right next to an edge. So those two things make it a little bit stronger than usual. I know some of you guys think, oh man, put one of the little suction cup things on there, pull it out. But if there's a body line involved, that's almost never will work, because that really makes the metal rigid and strong, having a body line in the middle of it. So that's not even going to be an option. We're going to have to get in behind here somehow. I'm not 100% sure how just yet, but we'll figure something out. All right, that is definitely better than it was. Just gonna kind of go over a little bit of polish here. I will be polishing the whole car with the buffer here in a little bit, but I just want to get a better idea what this is gonna look like. All right, let's get our masking ripped off of here. See how this turned out. I think it'll be fine. Get this weather stripping back down in its channel. Come through, clean up all of our fingerprints. Get all the dust off of it. And like I said, we're gonna go through, we're gonna wash this up, give it a quick little buff. I wanna brighten up this white a little bit, make it look a little better. But hey, check it out. Does that not look better? 10 times better than it was, no doubt about it. Like I said before, we're going to skim over it with the buffer, brighten that white up, make it look nice, but check the bumpers out. Does that not look 10 times better than it did before? I mean, not perfect, but that's not what we're going for here. We can't do perfection. It takes too much time, too much money, and these are flip cars, you know? I mean, you can't spend a lot on them, you won't make anything, and then what's the point? Those brand new headlights, the corners being repaired, this up here being fixed, window rows up and down like it's supposed to. Just those things alone will bring the value up of this car and make it sell a lot easier. But we made a mess, look at that, good Lord. Yeah, we'll get in there, clean that all up real good. Got a little wiping down to do here and there. And don't forget, man, we still want to fix the back bumper too, which I'm not expecting that to be too much problem. I think we could probably scoot that over, maybe, hopefully. I guess we'll find out. Anyway, I think we're gonna have to cut this video short. It's getting a little bit too long. My internet is terrible down here, especially right now. Everybody's at home. Internet is extremely slow. So, but don't worry, we're gonna come right back with this car. We're gonna get it finished up, get it on the ready line, get it for sale, get it out of here. And we'll give you guys an update on the ML320, that Mercedes. What's going on with that, all right? We'll get those videos out for you here real quick. So anyway, you guys, I'm out of here. Don't forget my Instagram. I'll leave a link in the description. I will also link my kids' channels in case you guys are bored, nothing better to do. Go check out their videos. I've got 3 kids, 3 teenagers. They've all got cars and they're all working on them. Got some pretty good projects. Got a father-daughter project going on with a Nissan Hardbody. Got an old Ford Ranger out there that's being worked on as well. And don't forget the Chevy Love and the BMW. So you'll want to check out those videos. They're really good. And give you guys something to do. Keep your mind off things, even if it's just for a few minutes at a time. I appreciate you guys watching. Stay safe out there. Be careful. Take your precautions. Stay away from the crowds. So anyway, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Really do appreciate you guys watching, and I'll catch you guys later.